Welcome to Asian Spirit Tales, where ghost stories and ancient Asian legends come alive. If you enjoy mysteries, spirits, and spooky tales, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Thanks to all ghost fans for your support. The spirits are watching, and so are we. The Ghost of Phnom Sampeau. A haunting tale from the heart of Cambodia. In the rolling green hills of Battambang Province, Cambodia, stands a mountain called Phnom Sampeau, Ship Mountain, named for its shape that resembles a boat sailing the land. It is a place of natural beauty with limestone cliffs, caves, and Buddhist temples perched near the top. Tourists climb its steps for a beautiful sunset view, and monks chant peacefully in nearby pagodas. But when the sun goes down and the wind whistles through the trees, a strange silence falls over the hill, and the locals tell you not to stay too long. For beneath its beauty lies a dark and terrifying history, and the restless spirit of a young woman who refuses to leave. A hill with a bloody past. In the 1970s, under the rule of the Khmer Rouge regime, Phnom Sampeau became a site of horror. The caves beneath the mountain, now known as the Killing Caves, were used as execution sites. Thousands of innocent people, men, women, and children, were brought here, accused of crimes they never committed. Some were teachers, doctors, or monks. Others were just ordinary villagers. The victims were beaten or stabbed and thrown into the caves below, their bones left in silence. Today, a glass memorial sits in one of the caves, holding skulls and bones of those who perished. Tourists walk by, silent and respectful. But some say not all the dead found peace. The beautiful teacher was among those killed. She was only 21 years old, a school teacher from Battambang town, known for her intelligence, kindness, and gentle smile. She loved poetry, children, and nature. Her parents were farmers, but she dreamed of writing a book of poems someday, full of stories from the villages of Cambodia. But during the Khmer Rouge era, educated people were targeted. Anyone who could read, write, or speak another language was seen as a threat. So Peep was warned to hide her books and burn her certificates, but she refused. She believed she had done nothing wrong and had no reason to be afraid. Then one day, 2 soldiers came to her house. They told her she was needed for re-education. She was taken away without a chance to say goodbye to her family. Her mother cried out, but a soldier pushed her down. That was the last time anyone saw So Peep alive. The Killing Cave. The soldiers led So Peep up the steep hill of Phnom Sampeau. Tired and frightened, she was forced into a group of other prisoners. They were told to kneel near the cave opening. One by one, the people were beaten and thrown into the darkness. When So Peep's turn came, she begged for her life. "I am just a teacher. I have harmed no one. Please, let me go." But the soldiers did not listen. One of them, younger than the rest, seemed to hesitate. He looked into her eyes. Maybe he saw her fear, her humanity. But orders were orders. So Peep was struck on the head with a stick and thrown into the cave. Her body landed on the rocks below, and her blood ran down the limestone walls. But some say she did not die right away. Some say she lay there, alive and broken, whispering poems to herself in the darkness, waiting for her soul to rise. And when it did not rise in peace. The haunting began. Soon after the war ended, strange things began to happen on Phnom Sampeau. Monks who stayed at the nearby temple said they heard a woman crying at night. Tourists who visited the caves reported cold winds, even on hot days, and some even claimed to feel unseen hands brushing against their skin. A few even fainted near the cave entrance. One man, a local guide, told this story. He had brought a group of tourists up the mountain one late afternoon. As they entered the cave, one of the tourists, a woman, screamed. She pointed to a dark corner and said she saw someone standing there, a young woman in a white blouse with long black hair and blood on her forehead. But when the guide turned to look, there was no one. The tourist refused to go any farther and left shaking. That night, the guide said, he dreamed of Sopeep. She was sitting on a rock inside the cave, writing poems in her own blood. She looked at him and whispered, "Don't forget me." A spirit with a message. Over time, the legend of Sopeep, the ghost of Phnom Sampeau, spread across Cambodia. She became a symbol of the pain left behind by the Khmer Rouge, a voice of the innocent dead who never received justice. But people say Sopeep is not a spirit of revenge. She does not harm those who visit the mountain with respect. In fact, many believe she wants to be remembered, not as a ghost, but as a person who once dreamed of peace, poetry, and a better world. Today, visitors to Phnom Sampeau often bring flowers, incense, or small offerings and place them near the cave. Some even leave handwritten notes or poems, hoping to give her spirit comfort. And some even say that if you are quiet, very quiet, and listen closely while the wind passes through the cave, you can still hear her voice, a soft, gentle whisper, "I am still here." The lesson of Phnom Sampeau. The story of Sopeep is more than a ghost story. It is a memory, a warning, a reminder of how fear and cruelty can destroy even the brightest lives. But it is also a tale of strength, of a woman who, even in death, refused to be silenced. She reminds us to cherish education, kindness, and the truth, and to never forget those who suffered in silence. So if you ever visit Battambang, and you find yourself on top of Phnom Sampeau as the sun sets behind the horizon, take a moment to look into the caves. Bow your head, say her name, and listen. She might still be listening too.